Welcome to another tag video, and with a heavy heart I will be saying that this is the last tag video that I will ever be doing on my channel. Due to personal circumstances and important life-making decisions, I decided that tags are just not something that I'm going to have time for in the future of my channel. But if there's one thing that I wanted to do is I did want to say thank you to everybody for tagging me and giving me opportunities to showcase my own opinions based on these tags, and even create my own tags in the past couple of years, which have been so much fun to do, whether it was doing them by myself or actually creating them with friends. Tags have definitely been something that have helped me network and connect with so many people in this community, and I'm so glad that I was able to make tag videos a part of my channel for a while. So to close off this chapter in my YouTube career, I wanted to finish it off with a tag that I discovered. I was not tagged, which is a shame. It would have been nice if I would have been tagged, but it was from one of my friends over here in the YouTube community named Jenni King, and she did this video called Under the Influence of Booktube tag. So I'm not just going to make it about Booktube. Because of the fact that this is going to be my last tag video, I really wanted to encompass all of YouTube and answer the questions with a little bit of the various communities wrapped all together in a nice package. So I've got the questions on my laptop right in front of me, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys my answers. So let's get going with the Under the Influence YouTube tag. The first question is, what is a fantastic book you read based on the recommendations of another booktuber? Well, this is going to be a booktube question, obviously, and I have to give this one to my friend Kelsey over at Hardback Haven, and she recommended me the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, and I cannot thank her enough for telling me to finally get off of my butt and read this incredibly written, action-packed fantasy trilogy. I absolutely adored this adventure of a read. I even ran to BookCon when I found out that Brandon Sanderson was going to be there autographing books. So of course I had to get my books of my own Mistborn trilogy signed by him, and I have them signed, and he was such a pleasure to speak to. So glad that I read these books. And this is also a two-parter question. So the next question is, what is a book that you were talked out of reading because of Booktuber's reviews? That would be Heartless by Marissa Meyer. While I really did enjoy the Lunar Chronicles, and I am so excited to read the brand new Renegades trilogy, when Heartless was being reviewed many, many times by many booktubers that I trusted, I always reached out to them and asked them, is this a book that you think that somebody like me would enjoy reading? And they all said, it might not be your cup of tea, don't waste your money, find it for free if you can, but I don't think you're going to enjoy it. And it's because of all of these people that I trust that I never did read the book, probably never will, and I thank you all for it. The second question in this tag is, has YouTube opened your mind or changed your mind about anything? Well, it definitely has given me perspectives on all things out there. I mean, YouTube has given me the drive to rewatch movies that I thought were either bad or good to see what my take would be on them. It gave me the opportunity to read books that I never thought I ever would read. They gave me the opportunity to even think about how I felt about real-life issues and politics. And because of all the things that I have discovered over the years, I've definitely gone through some changes, but also was able to defend my reasoning for certain things that I did enjoy or did not enjoy. And I thank the fact that there were so many people out there with so many different viewpoints that gave me the opportunity to really look inside myself and figure out what was the true thing that I appreciated or didn't appreciate. And the conversations that I have had with so many people about so many different things has just been absolutely fantastic. The third question is, how much time did you spend on YouTube before you discovered all the various communities, and how much time do you spend on them now? Well, YouTube, when I first discovered it, was really not necessarily something that I was really interested in. I found it to be a very good access point for movie trailers, so I would probably say that when I first discovered YouTube, I was probably on there for no less than a half an hour a day. Maybe a half an hour every 2 days, I'm not sure. But when I started to discover things like the film critics community, the booktube community, the video game community, I started spending endless hours on this platform. And when I started making my own, I was there even more because of the fact that I wanted to answer comments. I wanted to see what people were saying about my videos. I wanted to connect with others. I wanted to help others. And now I can't even count how many hours a day I'm on YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, I leave YouTube on every single day while I'm at my office. So that's 8 hours right there. But I'm just so happy that this is such a big part of my life, because even though people say that things like social media may not be healthy for you, or too much internet exposure is definitely not healthy for you, one of the few things that I always say is, especially when I go onto something like YouTube or Twitter, it's not about the social media, it's not about the actual platform, it's about seeing where my friends are, because I want to talk to them, I want to have a conversation, I want to know how their day is going. So for me, it's really a great access platform to speak to the people that I know and appreciate and care about. And that's what YouTube is for me today. The fourth question is actually going to be based around the film critics community. How many films did you watch per month, per year before YouTube, and how many do you watch now? Well, if you saw my update video for December and January, you know that I'm cutting back, but I always said that I wanted to see as many movies as I possibly could in a given month. And when I started my YouTube channel, at one point I was seeing 30 plus movies a year in theaters. But that's not including the movies that I've pulled off of my DVD shelf, or the films that I watched on Amazon Prime, whether they were throwbacks or cult classics that I never watched, or films that I always knew had to be seen but never did see. I watch so much in terms of films and TV shows now. It's absolutely incredible. The same can go for music. I'm always trying to find new artists out there, and also see if any of the artists that I love are making new music so I can listen to them and review them. And I can't even count how many movies I watch in a given month now. Even though I am going to be cutting back on how many times I go to the theaters, it's not going to stop me from watching movies at home. And I am just so happy that I am truly becoming the film appreciator that I always knew that I should be. And I have seen so many amazing movies that I know I should have seen years ago that I have now seen, and some of them are even proud additions to my collection. So YouTube has been such an impactful drive for my attitude and my thoughts towards film today. Question number 5 is, has YouTube affected your buying habits, and if so, are you pleased or displeased by this? Well, yes and no. I know that you always have to differentiate between your wants and your needs, but whenever there's a new book, or a movie, or a CD, or a Funko Pop, or any other kind of nostalgic memorabilia out there that I know I've gotta have, I will go through hell or high water to make sure that I can find the money so I can purchase it. The cheaper, the better. If there's a sale, I'm always looking for it. When Black Friday comes around, I made it out this year like a bandit. But I always try to make sure that I can get everything that I love, but not break the bank, because I always say to myself that there are certain things that have to be taken care of first, and you gotta make sure that there's money left over. You can even ask my wife. She knows that when it comes to monthly budgets, I am always sitting at my desk once a week just crunching all the numbers and seeing what's going on and knowing what money is going where. But I always say that you've got to still live your life and you've got to have fun. So you just got to find a way to find a balance between your wants and your needs, and you'll have a happy life. Question number 6 is, has there ever been a review from a YouTuber that retroactively made you reconsider your stance on something? All the time. Whether it's a movie or whether it is a book, or if it's music or television, I still want to keep an open mind. But one of the few things that I do have to say that YouTube has been really great at is, when you take a look at a movie review, for example, and you see what the professional critics are saying about it, I always find myself going towards the people that are just average moviegoers and movie fans and movie appreciators, and I want to see what they have to say before I go and spend my money on this movie. Chances are I still would like to, because I want to give my own personal perspective, but there have been some times where so many people that I actually trust say, this is horrible, do not go see it, and I will actually skip it in theaters and wait for it to come out on Netflix or Amazon or on DVD for an ultra cheap price, and I will make my judgment then. So I have to thank YouTube for being truly trustworthy in terms of opinions towards things in popular culture. Question number 7 is, are there any videos that you have been inspired to make after seeing another YouTuber's video? And have you ever felt inspired by others in regards to their style? One of the few things that I have to say that's the strongest point of this community is the fact that everybody has their own unique spin. And whenever I see something that inspires me, first I have to tell them how awesome it is and how they have inspired me. And if I'm going to base it around what they have done already, I will always ask. That's one of the few things that you've got to do. I remember when I started my Out of the Vault segment, I had some people reach out to me and say, is it okay if I do my own take on the Disney films? I mean, I know that you're doing it, but I don't want to copy you. I say you're not going to copy me even if you have the same format, because at the end of the day, you're going to have different things than me to say, and your perspective on the film in general is going to be very different from mine. And even if it's the same, I'm pretty sure that you're going to give your own unique reasons as to why you love a certain film or hate a certain film. And that's one of the few things that I always say when it comes to other people and their content. But I'm now seeing more innovation than ever, and even if I don't do what they do, it's just going to make me even more inspired to make more videos that I love making. So thank you for all of that. Question number 8 is, are there some pressures you feel on your life because of your channel? Definitely. One of the few things that I know is that I have goals in regards to my own YouTube channel. I made an announcement last year that when I officially reach a decade's worth of videos that I'm going to be scaling back and not making as many videos as I used to. Even this year when I was house hunting and closing on my new home, there was a point in time when I realized I wasn't even recording anything. I even made sacrifices like not doing many Friday 5 videos anymore, or this being the last tag video. Because I know that life is going to get even more busy and more complicated, and money needs to be taken into account. So there's going to be a lot of things that I had been doing on this channel that I'm just not going to be doing anymore. And one of the few things that I do is setting those goals for myself does in fact take the pressure off. But it does put a little pressure on because you want to make sure that you reach a certain goal before that change is actually made. My goals will be very different from yours. If they happen to be the same, then that just means that great minds think alike. But yes, there's always pressure because you want to make sure that your goals are met, you want to make sure that your videos are recorded, you want to make sure that your projects are finished. But if there's one thing that YouTube has given me in terms of an amazing gift is the support, because people will be so eager to see your videos, but people will also understand, at least reasonable people will understand, that life is life, and YouTube always takes a backseat when it comes to important things going on in your life. Question number 9 is, in what way do you feel the social element of the community has impacted you? Do you think about books or movies, etc. differently since joining? Well, I think I sort of answered that question, but the answer is yes. I have looked at everything that I have been doing in my life in terms of embracing popular culture in a very different perspective, because I've seen so many different opinions and so many different perspectives. And because of the fact that I've been exposed to so many ways of thinking, it gives me an opportunity. It gives me the yearning to make my opinions more known and be strong about my opinions and defend them till the very end. Even be willing to accept constructive criticism and find out why people feel that my attitude is wrong about something. It's important, but, you know, of course we also have the trolls, we have people that are just plain mean, but you will be able to sort out the treasures from the trash. You always will be able to find a way to do that. And once you are able to get into that element, your thoughts on what you like and what you don't like will be stronger, and you'll feel more confident about them regardless of what people say. But if you want to have great discussions with people because you disagree on your opinions, that's also going to make your experience here on YouTube so much more stronger. And the final question is, what influence do you hope your channel will have on the YouTube community and or aspiring YouTubers? Well, I have always been saying, ever since I decided to be more of a role model persona in this community, was I just want people to know that there was a good person out there that was willing to listen to what they wanted to do. I wanted to hear what their goals were. I wanted to hear what their voice sounded like, because I want independent thought all over this platform. I don't want robots. I want people to say what's on their mind. I want people to be confident about how they feel. And I want people to also embrace constructive criticism for the sake of reevaluating if they have to. There's nothing wrong with saying something and believing in something for so many years and then realize that you might not have been right. There's no reason to feel bad. But there's nothing bad with changing somebody else's mind either. I've done that a couple of times here, and I'm so happy that I've actually managed to be an influential voice and a helping hand to so many content creators out there. And for all of those people who are still trying to find their voice or are just thinking about creating a YouTube channel, all I'm going to say is don't be afraid. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice get out there and let people discover you. When people find you, they're going to want to watch you grow and they're going to want to help you. And don't be afraid to connect even further. Go reach out to somebody on social media like Twitter or Instagram. Let them know what you're trying to accomplish and let them tell you how they feel and how they think you could possibly improve yourself on your channel and communicate with others. This is a platform that has become something that I never would have dreamed of. It's not just video game walkthroughs and kitty videos anymore. There's so much community-based content out there, and I really feel that the future is going to be more of a community connecting network on YouTube rather than just making videos. I think that live streaming is the future of YouTube. People are going to be making videos together. People are going to be working on projects together. YouTube is going to be a social network in about 5 years. And I'm really surprised to say something like this, but I seriously feel that there's going to be a day where people are not recording pre-recorded content anymore. I really think that YouTube is going to be a 24/7 live streaming platform. And I think that it's going to be very positive for the community because it's just going to give people the chances to let their walls down, communicate with others, sort out differences, and unite. We are divided right now. YouTube is a great way for people to unite and become a community, and maybe even further than that, a family. So thank you very much, everybody. Those are my answers to Under the Influence of YouTube tag, and this is my last tag, and I don't think I really should tag an actual individual group of people. What I would love is if you see this video, if you like what you heard, make this video. The questions will be in the box below. Give me your perspective. Everybody who watches this video, I would really like each and every one of you to do this tag because I feel it will make you feel good about yourself, and if you haven't made videos in a while, this might be a great way to get started once again. So thank you very much, Jenny, for making this tag. I'm so glad that I found this, and I also want to say once again thank you to everybody who has watched my tag videos throughout these past couple of years. It has been so much fun, but until then, that will officially conclude the Lawn Gnome making tag videos, but there will still be content for you guys to enjoy, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.